Studnick Aquatics here. This is my 75-gallon Reef Aquarium build, and I do have my aquascape done now. I had the background as white. I thought I would try something different. I've always painted it black, and I tried the white, and I had it a couple weeks. I didn't like it. Plus, the fish seemed to be like they weren't real comfortable with that. So I painted it a blue. It was kind of a brighter blue than I liked. I left that for a couple weeks. That bugged me, so I took it off, and I painted this. It's a black, but it's a really dark blue black, and I really like it. I think that the background turned out really nice, and I also took the time to remove my filtration from the end, and I painted the north end there black too, because that's where the light, ambient light could come in. So anyway, basically what this video is about the algae. Everything's working really well on this system, and I have this set really wet right now, my protein skimmer. I'll probably start kicking it down to more of a dry, but for now I'm just pulling quite a bit of stuff out of there. It's working great. But I am having a Diatom algae bloom right now, which is part of the system. That just happens, and I'm starting to get a few other little algae growing too. So I have ordered a cleanup crew for this. It's time to do that. So I went ahead and I've ordered some 2 different sizes of the hermit crabs. I've ordered some trocheus snails. I've ordered some Astrea snails. I ordered some an emerald crab, a serpent star, 1 peppermint shrimp, and a small pincushion urchin. So that way I can get them in there and they can start working their way through this. Oh, I also ordered some Nasserus snails, some really small ones, because they like to actually go through the substrate. And so I ordered those. Of course, this is Christmas, a little after Christmas right now, so they're not going to be shipping until about January 5th or so, so I'll have more algae in here after that. The reason these 3 rocks here are not as algaed up as the others is because I added them after I added the others. The others were in there for about 2 weeks before the other ones arrived, and I put them in, and it's coming along really good. I really do like it. At some point I will start purchasing some corals, but I'm going to wait for a while on this. I have 2 Ocellaris clownfish in there that are doing very well, and I also have 1 little 6-lined wrasse, which is tucked into that hole back in there, and they're doing well. I do have a quarantine system downstairs. My nitrates were pretty high. I've been doing water change, getting it down to where it needs to be, and I do have to go to the doctor on Tuesday of this week, and I'm planning on picking up a couple of more fish, throwing them in quarantine. They'll be in quarantine for about a month before I put them in. And there is my little 6-line wrasse, and he's hiding again. So anyway, I'm going to put those in quarantine. They do have some corals up there. I might get 1 or 2. I'm going to take this slow, but it's doing very well. I'm really happy with this system. I think that once I start getting some corals in there, it should be really good. And if you watch the series, eventually I will put some filtration in this. I do not have it in yet. All I'm using for filtration right now is this Reef Octopus Hang on the Back Classic 100. And it's working really good. I did put some biomedia in there. I also have a hang-on filter here that has some mechanical filtration and a little UV. But eventually, when this thing is, by the time, once I get this fully rolling, then I will have sump filtration in this. I may keep that protein skimmer. I don't know. I have 2 Bubble Magus Curve 7s in the basement to put on there. So I'm definitely going to have a refugium in it, and a return pump, and the socks and everything. So I'm also thinking about picking up a protein or a UV sterilizer that's bigger than the one I have, one made for this tank, and I would plumb it in also. So eventually this will be, with everything, but right now I do have a Phospan 150 that has some Phosguard in it, and I also have a calcium or a carbon reactor, and it has some Seachem matrix carbon in it also. It's a pellet, and it's doing really well. So really happy with it. Of course, the algae is something that happens. This Diatom algae bloom, it happens, and it cycles through, and everything will be fine. So this is Studnick Aquatics, and thanks for watching.